different ones. It was Easter, and that's the day we call it. They used to live on Westminster Avenue. Well, 42nd and what was his name?
That wasn't Aunt Esther. That's
Aunt Easter. They call her Aunt Easter.
As distinguished from Aunt Esther.
Yes.
Right.
See, because Aunt Esther, we had an Aunt Esther that used to live with us at my house.
Right.
That was Papa's family. That was my father's side.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And they had another. There was.
Now, Aunt Esther and Papa weren't related?
The Aunt Esther that lived at the house?
Right.
No.
Okay.
No. That was the one, that Victrola thing that's in your house?
Yeah.
That was Aunt Esther's from the Ruffin side.
Okay. Wow.
You get the message?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Right.
And because but she was my father's. He was a Ruffin, but he was married to old man Foreman.
Okay.
That was from the Tarboro side.
Okay. Tarboro, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Okay. We got to draw up the actual tree. See what it was.
I have one set of program for the computer.
Yeah.
That was I had started to try to do the genealogy.
Okay.
But I never really got it.
But what we might have to do is just get an actual good program. I can bring the laptop down. Yeah, I can bring the laptop. We can do that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's too late, man.
Why you say that?
Because now I have somewhere in there, in that house, a picture of Mr. Ruffin when he was in the Army.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to forget what year that is, because I've got down one of those things was like a certificate, a marriage certificate that Aunt Esther and Uncle Bill from David 1913 had when he was. Now you talk about Great Hill Baptist Church.
Right.
An old man grave.
Yeah.
That was the church.
That's when y'all was living, she wasn't around. Right, yeah, I know.
There in the projects.
Right.
That's when we had Broad Street's train station.
Right.
North Broad Street.
Right.
Not North Broad, but Broad Street Station.
Right, yeah. Now you remember when y'all were on Stiles Street, because I went to the house.
Yes.
And I talked to the current resident. That was like a year and a half ago or so, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, that was when we went for...
Right, when we went around that day. Yeah.
For the funeral.
Right, exactly. Now that house where I went and talked to the guy, and he said that he was the person that came and lived there after y'all left. So they still living there 50, 60 years or whatever. Well, you remember that address on Stiles Street?
1521 Stiles Street.
Okay, right off of Broad. 1521 Stiles.
21 Stiles Street.
Right off of Broad. Yeah.
That was where Doris, Mr. Frank, who was Doris' father.
Okay.
Because Mama and Daddy had separated.
Okay.
But, oh Lord. Mr. Frank loved Grandma. And loved his baby. That was his baby. And my mother hated my father. And she used to give me hell because they a big head thing. Looking like that big head man.
Cool. But now, what was his name? Your father?
Robert Julius Ruffin.
Okay. Born where?
He was born in Tarboro.
In Tarboro.
Tarboro, in North Carolina.
Okay. What about Mr. Frank, Doris's father?
He was born in the West Indies.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
I do believe. I'm not sure, but he used to work on the railroad.
Wow.
You know, it's a long-term thing. Doris has a lovely picture of him.
Wow.
You know?
Now, what about Fanny's father?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What about my mom's father?
I think I would say, because Ernest and I had a falling out one time, because there was a case that she was telling me something that I had no need to know.
Okay.
And I used it as a weapon,
Right.
more or less. You know? But I think Avis's father was Norman, was somewhere related to Aunt Cora's Uncle Lawrence.
Right.
He was related to a little.
Okay. What was his last name?
His last name was Little.
Okay, so it was Norman Little.
Yes, and I think he had a son named Norman.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Norman. And they loved Avis.
Right.
I think that was I'm pretty sure of it.
Right.
That's why, you know, you can go so far, but you can't go no further.
Right. So Norman Little.
Norman Little.
Okay.
When you start getting into things like that, you're getting into the mess.
Right, I got it.
But, because they all worked on the railroad. You know, I remember them. As a matter of fact, they had one where the L is now, down Ludlow Street.
Yeah.
Where the fans, or the Enterprise Center.
Right, yeah.
They used to lived in that area.
Okay.
All that was, what's going on? And then Papa had a number of brothers. And then when he went to New York, no, not Papa, but